What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of ForneverWorld. In today's episode, we've got some stories to talk about. Okay, people, so we got a little bit of an update on the upcoming Dragon Ball Super movie, just in particular regarding the authenticity of what's going down, because a lot of people have been skeptical about it. Well, about a day or so ago, we got some big confirmation on the film, so we're definitely going to talk about that because, yeah, the streets is talking. We got an update for the upcoming My Hero Academia film, in particular some visuals, and something I wanted to kind of commentate on regarding that, so we'll talk. We got some confirmation on Mushoku Tensei, Jobless, Reincarnation, and yes, people, a lot of people have been like, oh my god, Fornev, how could you have not seen it? Yeah, I'm on that. I actually started last night. I'm about a quarter of the way through the series, and I'm absolutely loving it so far, so I definitely will be talking about it. But yeah, we got a little bit of an update on the future of the anime. Huge update regarding Attack on Titan. Now, this article, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost certain because everybody keeps on shoving it my way. Big news regarding Attack on Titan, and in particular Hajime Isayama and him seemingly apologizing. We're gonna get into it because, yeah, a lot of people keep on sending this shit to me like in droves. And by the way, I never mind when anyone sends me a hot tip or anything like that about some news or anything like that. If you have any tips or anything you want to send, feel free. ForneverWorld, just at me on Twitter. I'm always open, so yeah, never feel like you're bothering me to send me a tip. Small update for Jujutsu Kaisen. Just in particular, I had to talk about it because I was like, wow, even though this is a small thing, it looks really awesome. Couple of pieces of Demon Slayer news, a little bit of an update on the video game, but also just yet again another milestone for the film. I had stopped talking about this film for a while in the success, but fam, globally it's taking over. Not even just in the West, not even just in Japan. Globally, this movie again we're gonna talk about it. Okay, so in case you missed the video I made talking about it, the creator of Tokyo Ghoul is officially back. It took everybody by surprise, but I'll just give you an update on that in case you didn't get the memo. And Studio Mappa, they don't sleep, they don't stop, they're just continuing on. They got an anime in the works we're gonna talk about because, yeah, Studio Mappa is like, I don't know, they're anime studio of the decade. It seems like this decade they're just deciding like, you know what, we're taking over one city at a time. Remember that shit? So yeah, we're gonna talk about that, and those are the stories we have for this episode. Without further ado, let's jump into another exciting episode of ForneverNews, the only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related, and we don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, people, so first order of business. Now, y'all already have heard all through. I've made a couple of videos about it now, about Dragon Ball Super film, but yeah, it's been 110% confirmed. According to this, it says, Toei Animation reveals on their official website news for the future of the Dragon Ball Super animated content. A new logo along with an official confirmation has been revealed for the upcoming Dragon Ball Super 2022 movie, and it just kind of looks similar to the last logo for Dragon Ball Super. And I'm going to tell you a little tip that I heard over on the streets. Streets is talking. Apparently, Dragon Ball Super has had this film that's about to come out in the works since even before the Broly film came out. Apparently, it's been in the works, in plans, that there was going to be a couple of films before we even got the anime. So just wanted to give you guys a tidbit on that. Toei Animation has had this in the works for quite some time now. And either way, I'm looking forward to it. But I want to pass the question at the end of this segment to you guys. Between these guys, which one, if they had to return, would you choose? In my poll, everybody voted Cell, but between Cell, Cooler, Bardock, and Turles, who would you choose? There's also, I guess I'll throw in another choice, Janemba, because I've seen a lot of people like, if you had a big return of a Dragon Ball character for this film, which one would you choose? Hey, if you want to throw in Garlic Jr. in there, why not? I had a funny meme I made about that as well. But yeah, can't wait to see what they're going to do with this film and how it's all going to tie in with Broly and the Dragon Ball Super universe. Moving forward, we got some updated visuals for the upcoming My Hero Academia film. It says My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission movie character visuals in issue number 23 of Shonen Jump. And you see the characters, in particular the main ones, Deku, Todoroki, and Bakugo, in their, you know, updated uniforms for the film and whatnot. And I've seen some chitter chatter of people not really caring for the hoodies. To be honest with you, I think that merchandise wise, this is a brilliant idea. Like, this is going to sell hoodies like no tomorrow of these. Like, you can't tell me people aren't going to want that Deku with like the pointy ears, or the Bakugo, or even, you know, Todoroki's kind of looks the most normal. Like, you bugging if you think that those hoodies ain't fire and people aren't gonna cop them when they put them out there. Like, I could just see it now in Hot Topic. They're probably gonna go for an arm and a leg, but yeah, I could see them doing big things. And also, we got a little bit of a shot of Todoroki. He seems to be combating somebody. I'm not sure who it is that he's fighting there, but we got like a shot of basically Todoroki in action. I believe this is previously unreleased, but don't quote me on that. And then there's another shot there. I'm not sure, is that Kirishima or is that a whole new person entirely, or even Bakugo? I don't know, but the shot isn't clear enough. But either way, we got a couple of interesting shots, and again, a lot of controversy. Apparently people just aren't digging the hoodies, which I think they look absolutely fire, and I'm really looking forward to this film. Like, apparently again, it's supposed to take place during the Endeavor agency thing, but yeah, I don't know, character designs look dope, and yeah, I want one of those hoodies. Moving forward, I want to say that this information was already out there, but it wasn't confirmed that it was in production, because apparently we got a little bit of an insight that says TV anime Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation seasons 2 and 3 are currently in production. So they're already working on both seasons 2 and 3, and I am very happy to hear this. I just wish that it wasn't going to take so long, because, you know, the process with animation is a very long time, and I'm watching it right now, and I know probably in another day or two I'll be done with it and be like, oh, there's so many shows that I'm running through, and I was like, no, waiting for that next season is hell. But yeah, Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation seasons 2 and 3, they're working on it now. It's gonna be a little bit of a wait, I'm sure, but either way, at least we know they're coming. That's the best part about it. We don't gotta wonder, like, man, are they gonna do us dirty and leave us with? No, we're getting more. Next up, just a small update that I did want to talk about just because it looked really awesome. We got the upcoming cover for the upcoming volume of Jujutsu Kaisen, volume 16, and fam, this image of Geto, I don't know, this volume cover looks awesome. I really, really like this one. Like, I won't say too much out of fear of, like, you know, any type of spoilers or anything like that, but fam, this shit looks insane, and I love it. This is one of the best covers yet, and the Jujutsu Kaisen covers are really, really awesome. Like, they look really dope, but I don't know, something about this cover that I'm like, fam, let's go. Giving me big brain vibes. Okay, people, so in case you missed it, as of today, May 10th, the recording of this video, it was a surprise drop, but it finally came. Sui Ishida, creator of Tokyo Ghoul, dropped his new series, the first chapter for it, Choujin X, basically Superhuman X. And yeah, I've seen, for the most part, a lot of the reaction of people really enjoying it. Some people are saying they're confused by it, but nevertheless, it's out, and I did a full live reaction, so if you want to go check that out, it's on the channel. You could go look it up and yeah, get your watch on and maybe read along with me. But I wanted to inform you guys, in case you missed it or in case you're not in the know, that yeah, Sui Ishida is back with his new series, and it was really interesting that they did it a surprise drop like that. So I'm curious, is that how it's going to go from now on? It's just going to be a surprise thing, or in Japan is it being released in like a certain magazine that I'm just not familiar with right now? Because they did mention something in the chapter of like Weekly Sunday or something along the lines of that, so maybe it is coming out in a magazine, or I don't know. I like it like this because again, it took everybody by surprise. We knew like a couple of days ago that they put out a logo, but that was it. Nobody saw this coming. I wish we could get surprised more, and that's the downside to leaks, is that, you know, we know weeks ahead of time sometimes that, oh shit, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. When there's no leaks like this, it just takes us by surprise, and we get, you know, a notification from Shonen Jump, and we're like, oh my god, he's back. So yeah, just wanted to throw that in there for you guys. Sui Ishida's back, and his art game is mwah. Small little story that I found interesting. Apparently the creator of Blue Exorcist is having a little bit of a hand in a Godzilla project, because in her recent author comment she said, I've been honored with the job of character designs for the currently airing Godzilla Singular Point show. Check it out. I think that's pretty cool. A nice little nod, because I mean, for the most part, all she really has done throughout her career, from what I've seen, is Blue Exorcist. So if she's being involved in stuff like that, her character designs are pretty cool. No doubt, awesome stuff there. Okay, next up, a quick, interesting update on what Mappa Studios got going on. In case you don't know about Mappa Studios, they did Jujutsu Kaisen, they did the final season of Attack on Titan, they just recently did Yasuke, they did God of High School, and yeah, now they're working on something new, because according to this, it says Remain, original anime scheduled for July 3rd, so the upcoming summer season of anime by Studio Mappa. And here's a little synopsis of what the story is going to be about. It says, the story centers on Minato Kiyomizu, a boy who quit playing water polo after an incident during the winter of his 3rd year of junior high school. After entering high school, he makes a promise and decides to try water polo again and join the school's team with his friends. However, the new team will run into problems along the way. And I'm just hoping it's more along the lines of a, sports series like a Haikyuu or Kuroko, and less like a Free. Like, Free was just not my thing. And, every time now when I hear about an anime that's dealing with like swimming or anything like that, I'm like, okay, I don't know. I wasn't a fan of Free. So hopefully this isn't like Free and this is his own thing. And yeah, it's Studio Mappa. So at the very least, I'll take a look and see what it's all about. But yeah, I don't know how this is going to play out, because it looks like even a kind of a Free-esque series, and I wasn't a fan of Free. Okay, people, we got 2 pieces of Demon Slayer news. For starters, regarding the video game, it says Demon Slayer console game adds Shinobu Kocho as playable character. This year's 23rd issue of Shueisha's Weekly Shonen Jump magazine revealed on Monday that Shinobu Kocho will join the Kimetsu no Yaiba Hinokami Kepputan video game as a playable character. And yeah, this game it looks so gorgeous, and I can't freaking wait to play it. It's basically like the successor to Storm, Naruto Storm, and I want it. Like, every time I see a new character, I'm like, yo, that's so awesome, and it looks great. When can I get it? I want it now. And while we're on the topic of Demon Slayer, yeah, I know it continues to tear up the charts, and this says Demon Slayer is now the #1 film from 2020 worldwide. The Numbers website updated its list of the highest earning films worldwide in 2020, and the Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie Mugen Train anime now stands at #1 with a worldwide tally of $474.6 million. The film earned the equivalent of US $435 million outside the United States and $39.6 million in the United States. So holy shit, this movie made $40 million in the US? The Numbers report said the #2 film, China's The 800, earned the equivalent of US $472 million worldwide. The Deadline website had reported last month that The 800's actual tally was US $450 million due to fluctuating currency exchange rates. So basically, Demon Slayer was the #1 movie out of 2020, like worldwide, not just like anime film, not just Japan, like biggest movie of 2020. Kind of reminds me of a old Biggie song, Juicy. You never thought that anime would take it this far. Now it's in the limelight cause it... Yeah, I know, whatever. I love me some Notorious B.I.G. Shoutouts to him. Honestly, I just can't stress enough, like, we've never seen anything even close to this in history. Big ups to Demon Slayer. I just, once again, always gotta say, I hope Koyo Harugo Toge is rich. Like, this should have made that author rich. Yeah. Okay, people, and lastly, the big story. Now, again, I'm not 100% sure on the accuracy of this one, but everybody keeps on saying it's legit. It's from, I believe, an upcoming magazine or a previously released magazine that just released recently. But, yeah, it's from Hajime Isayama regarding the ending of Attack on Titan, and let's just read. And if I'm not mistaken, when you hear the name Yams, that's actually referring to Hajime Isayama. So, for references, yeah, that's Hajime Isayama, the author of Attack on Titan. Interview summary of Yams from Besatsu Shonen Magazine. Yam said, "The first rough draft of the last chapter I drew had the last page divided into about 5 panels, but I had the feeling that I couldn't quite get it right. At that time, the last page was a scene of the 3 of them running towards a hill. After meeting with the editor in charge, Buck, and the others, I decided to change it in a hurry, and the results in the version that appeared in the May issue of Besatsu Magazine. In the Besatsu Magazine, the limit was 51 pages, but in the book, I can add 8 more pages, so I want to finish that last part of the story, which I couldn't do in the Besatsu Magazine." So basically, just quickly to throw that in there, because if you remember about, I don't know, a few weeks to a month back, I talked about how they were basically going to change, alter, add additions to the ending of Attack on Titan. Apparently, that seemingly is going to be a part of the updated version of the Attack on Titan chapter. These 8 pages, one of which is going to be of Eren, Mikasa, and Armin running up a hill or towards a hill, something along the lines of that. So yeah, that's something you can expect, which kind of makes me think that, again, it's not going to be like a big, drastic change or anything like that. It's just going to be extra moments like that. But again, maybe I'm off on that, but let's continue. The flow leading up to the final chapter was also shocking, especially with Eren. Isayama said, "I've been checking out the reactions to the story with all my might. My honest opinion is correct as many as there are people. I think the way it was drawn, it could be mistaken as Armin approving of the massacre, because I think that the way I drew it was immature. Although actually Armin didn't approve of Eren's hideous actions, but he was benefited from the massacre regardless of his intentions. As Armin said goodbye to Eren for the last time, which he could never be understood by anyone, he wanted to be close to Eren as much as possible by telling him thank you for being a slaughterer. The last part of the story made me realize that it was a particularly difficult theme for me to draw, and I really regretted that I couldn't express it properly in the manga. After 11.5 years of work, when I finished the last chapter, I really thought that I would be able to make everyone happy, but I think I was overconfident. I'm sorry for those who disappointed in me, but have been supporting me until the end. What is the most memorable event in the 11.5 years of the series? I was happy that I got to know my assistant so well. We were all in our 20s at the start of the series, but now we're all married with children, and we now all have our own family. Also, the TV anime version is another Attack on Titan, and there are many people who got to know my work by watching that, so it was refreshing for me to be able to feel my own work. It was also interesting to see the characters move as independent lives away from my hands in a good way that were done by the director and voice actors, which was a new experience for me. What is your favorite scene? My favorite scene is when the Jaw Titan scratched the Attack Titan in chapter 104, the winner. I feel like I can't draw a better picture than that. So what's your best episode? Firstly, it's chapter 71. They meant best chapter. I think I got more out of it than I was capable of at the time. Then it's chapter 69. I was like, oh, did I mature? With my high self-esteem, I drew the rough draft. In chapter 91, the battle scenes was the most fun I ever had when drawing the manga, and I was drawing it with full concentration and energy. What does Attack on Titan mean to you, Isayama-sensei? It's a work of youth that came to me a little late, or rather, it's a work that contains 1/3 part of my life. It was a painful time, but it was a time that couldn't be experienced normally, and even now, it felt unreal to me. It was a time that made me wonder whether it was real or not. I was pampered by my readers, but I also took their harsh words to heart as I drew the story. Please give us a message to your readers. Through Attack on Titan, I've been able to connect with more people than I ever could imagine. I was very happy to be able to spend time with readers that I would never have been able to experience if I lived a normal life. Also, now that the series is over and I'm free, I want to walk around unfashionable town, a town like the suburbs or villages, with a cup of sake in my hand. I think that's what freedom is all about. Now, I want to stress again that I'm not 100% on these translations. I'm not 100% on the accuracy of this, so take it with a grain of salt, but for the most part, I think it's legit. I'm pretty sure it's legit, but yeah, before anybody comes out the woodwork, ForneverWorld, you fucking idiot, there's the disclaimer. And yeah, I'll be honest with you, that is very, very interesting. It seems as though Isayama really went through it to create that ending, and he honestly is feeling it, because at the end of the day, like, he's a worldwide acclaimed author, right? I'm a YouTuber, and when I get backlash about shit, I know how it feels. So I can only imagine worldwide people, when, you know, they don't like something in your manga, what it does to your mind of the constant crazy shit that people, especially on social media, will tell you. I can only imagine the shit that he goes through. So yeah, my heart goes out to him, and I understand why he's saying what he said. He probably went through it when he was creating that finale. But those are the stories we have. I'm curious what you guys think. Dragon Ball Super 2020 movie, again, what villain do you want to see? A brand new villain? Some of the ones that I listed, like Cell or Turles or, you know, Bardock. The My Hero Academia visuals, are you hyped for those hoodies? Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation, you looking forward to seasons 2 and 3? The Jujutsu Kaisen volume 16 cover, that shit is fire. Demon Slayer Shinobu in the video game, can't wait for that game. Demon Slayer #1 film worldwide of 2020, I still can't believe it. The new series from the Tokyo Ghoul author Choujin X, check it out, you might like it. Remain by Mappa, I don't know about that one. We'll see how it goes. And the interview from the creator of Attack on Titan, Hajime Isayama, and his regrets about the ending. Yeah, powerful stuff. And your thoughts on any of the stories we covered in today's episode. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And you guys just watched another episode of ForneverNews. Have an awesome day.